Good Tuesday morning and welcome to another one of my home vlogs, which is pretty much all I do because it's just too hot in Florida to go anywhere sometimes. So now, with that being said, today I would like to talk to you about one of the absolute most disgusting TV shows that is out there. Now, well, first off, let me show you a little wildlife. Oh, he's not going to cooperate. Where is he? Nope, he ran off. I mean, one little geckos wanted to get on camera with you. Or with me, I should say. Here's another one. Let's see if I can get him in there. Nope. Nope, he's gone. So, what I would like to talk about is the show called The View. Now, I find The View to be the most disgusting fucking TV show on TV today. Now, my wife had come across the post last night on Facebook, excuse me, about how basically, you know, people can say whatever they want if they're on the right agenda side. And if you're on the anti-American, anti-Trump, anti-gun, anti-fascist movement, any of these little pussy fuck faces that you know, don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but will scream and yell and cry. Basically, the people who fall under the general heading of the ones who screamed, "Not my president," when Trump was elected. Well, guess what? If you live in this country, the man's your president. Like it or not, it's the way it is. You know, and come to think about it, when Obama was elected, I don't ever remember people running through the streets screaming, "Not my president." Funny how when freebies start getting taken away from certain groups of people, all of a sudden, he's not their president. Well, that's the way life is, man. But back to The View. Now, this post, my wife answered it with, sorry, I just got stung by something back there. She answered it with, you know, watch The View for a good example of how people can say whatever they want without punishment. Butterfly. We have lots of butterflies down here in Florida. Excuse me. Now, here's the point. Why is it, especially amongst the Hollywood elitists, the ones who think that they're so much better than us, the ones who think that it's their job to tell us how to live our lives, how to spend our money, what we should believe, how can they get away with the rhetoric that they spew out, the hatred they spew out? And that's somehow, to some degree, in some people's, sorry, I walked into a spider web, in some people's eyes, that's okay. That is completely all right because, well, you know, like that disgusting piece of shit Robert De Niro, when he stood up at that award show and the first thing out of his mouth, at an award show, first thing out of his mouth, "Fuck Trump." Really? Why is that allowed? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not, I didn't vote for Trump. I don't particularly much care for the guy. But I will say, based on the last 8 years before Trump, he's doing a great job. Okay? Because the dude in office before was shit. He was so bad, Jimmy Carter would call him up once a week and say, "Thank you for taking away the worst president in the world title from me." All right? Terrible, terrible president. The man wanted to create nothing but intolerance, hatred, racial wars. Yeah. I hear a lot of you out there going, "No, he didn't. He was the best president ever." No, he wasn't. You have to understand something. I'm originally from Chicago, well, not Chicago, near Chicago, Illinois. Okay? Obama is from Chicago. I lived in Chicago a majority of my life. I never once heard of Obama until he ran for president the first time. The man came up out of absolutely nowhere. Why? You have to ask yourself, why did he just pop up out of nowhere like that? Okay? I have a feeling that Obama was, for the lack of a better term, he was a Manchurian candidate. That's what he was. He was put there for a purpose. And see, another thing I can't understand about that man is when he was running against Hillary, if you recall correctly, there was a point in his campaign when he said Hillary Clinton was far beneath him in running the country. She was the worst candidate for it. And then you fast forward to when she was running for president again. Oh, great lady. She's wonderful. Knows everything she's talking about. How do you... So, I don't know. The Democrats, especially in the Chicago area, Illinois area, are just loopy-doopy. But back to The View. Now, this shows you... You have these pig, disgusting, ugly fucking women. Joy Behar, who makes me want to puke just looking at that ugly Jewish bitch. She is the most ridiculous, repulsive individual I have ever seen on daytime TV. Now, remember who Joy Behar is. She's nothing but a two-bit hack comedian who got lucky. It's all happened. She just got lucky. And all these idiot women sitting at home who watched The View saw Joy Behar and went, oh my God, she's so perfect. She's so wonderful. She's just, oh my God, she speaks to me. Well, you know what? That's your target audience. The View, your target audience for The View is your stay-at-home Democrat, lazy ass fuck. Now, if you're looking at this video right now and you're going, well, I like The View. I'm not lazy. Well, you know what? You're an anomaly. You're completely different from the rest of them. Because now they got, what, John McCain's daughter on there? She's just as fucking bad. She is just as bad. And her dad was supposed to be a Republican when he was alive. And, of course, now John McCain has transcended up to the level of sainthood because he died. But what a lot of people don't really understand about John McCain, the man was not he was not a good guy. If you're familiar with the Keating Five, they're the guys that created the housing bust that put our economy completely out of whack. But those gentlemen all made money. He was part of that. But the most disgusting thing about John McCain in my books is this. When he was being held captive over at the Hanoi Hilton, his wife, first wife, was involved in a serious car accident. She had to have lots of surgery. She had to have bones removed from her legs to rebuild her face. She was, for the lack of a better word, very unpleasant to look at. John McCain came back, and because of his war heroism, or whatever you want to call it, that he did, he befriended the Reagans. And the Reagans really liked John McCain, and they got him into politics, and they thought he was a pretty cool guy. Well, then McCain decided that his wife, who was in the accident, wasn't aesthetically pleasing for a politician's wife. So what does he do? He divorces her. Hit the bricks, bitch. I don't need your old crippled up ass anymore. Then he goes out and he marries his little beauty queen, Cindy, who's 18 years younger than him. Okay? And comes from a very wealthy family. How convenient is that? You need money? You marry into it. I should have thought about that before I got married. No, I'm an old-fashioned guy. I got married because I love my wife. I enjoy being around her. I have a excuse me. I have a great time around my wife. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not shallow like some politicians. So you go back to The View here. Now let's compare notes here a little bit. You got The View. Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, McCain's daughter, and that other skinny little twiggy bitch. I forgot her name. And they're all screaming. And Rosie O'Donnell used to be on there too. And they're all screaming their daily dose of fuck Trump, fuck Trump, fuck Trump, hate Trump, hate Trump. Trump did this. You know, I stubbed my toe this morning. It was Trump's fault. You know, my car got a flat tire. It's Trump's fault. Okay? Nobody says a word except for people like myself and other people who are like-minded who realize that this is a hate-filled show and it should be stopped. Now, you have other people on the other side. Example, Tim Allen and Rosie O'Donnell. Roseanne Barr, not Rosie O'Donnell. Roseanne Barr lost her TV show, and they spun it completely roundabout that it was because of a tweet that she did. It wasn't because of a tweet. It's because she supported Trump. And in Hollywood, you're not allowed to have a mind. You're supposed to think like the rest of the little fucking minions in Hollywood. If the head minion says, tomorrow we worship a tree in the forest, well, you by God, you better all be out there worshiping that same fucking tree, or else we're going to blackball you. Tim Allen, a Trump supporter, lost his TV show. But, thank God, Fox is smart enough to pick it up. Now, I don't have a lot of faith, especially in Fox News. Because the Fox News channel, boy, if it was any more slanted, they'd have a hard time keeping their pens on the table because they just roll right off. You know, they're right up there with me, in my opinion, with CNN. You know, complete bullshit. All media, excuse me, all media is complete bullshit. That's the bottom line. All media, print, video, radio, it's all bullshit. They have an agenda. They're going to use that agenda to... Jeez. Somebody's beating the shit out of something over there. I don't know what it is, but it scared the hell out of me. But, you know, you have people like Tim Allen, Roseanne Barr, who, you know, I don't really particularly care for Roseanne. You know what? When she first came out, she was a comic, she was funny. The TV show was funny. The reboot, I don't know. Now they're going to do it. It's going to be called The Conners. And, oh, and speaking of that, John Goodman. Good old John Goodman, who played Dan Connor on the show, now is coming out in defense of Roseanne Barr. And why do you think that is? Because he knows that that new show is going to fail miserably. And I hope it does. I hope The Conners is a gigantic lead balloon and it drops so fast it doesn't even make it through one season. Because, unfortunately, one of the people on The Conners is Sarah Gilbert. Sarah Gilbert, self-confessed lesbian and Democrat, who thinks the whole world should cowtail and go, hey, whatever you say, Sarah, you're in Hollywood. We should listen to you because you're an actress. You're so intelligent. No. I mean, just ridiculousness. Sorry, I'm looking at something over here. I don't know what it is. There's so many different creatures out here in Florida. Oh, that's a big old something or other. But let me see if I can get it on camera here. Hang on, I gotta kind of duck down here and get underneath. Nope, it just flew off. Oh well. Oh well. I was gonna try to show you some big ass nasty bugs here in Florida, but he flew off. You know, and that's another thing about Hollywood that I just can't understand. Is as an individual, no matter what your beliefs are, no matter who you are, no matter what race you are, no matter anything about yourself, who are these weak-minded individuals that sit there and say things to themselves like, oh, well, Robert De Niro says fuck Trump, so I have to too. I better think that too. You know, since when in this country do actors, singers, and athletes come across as being these incredibly smart individuals who know everything about our politics, everything about our lifestyles? These guys sneeze and it's all over the news. And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. These people are just people. They have no common sense. Okay? They play games, they sing, they entertain. That's their job. That's what they do. They shouldn't have to be, we shouldn't look up to them as role models. We shouldn't look up to them as individuals of great importance. They are there for our entertainment factor. That's it. But then you have, you know, the brave people, Roseanne Barr, Tim Allen, I think it was Matt Damon, or no, not Matt Damon. Matt Damon's an idiot. What's that guy? God, Wahlberg. Marky Wahlberg. And he's come out and basically said the same thing. We're entertainers. That's our job. We're not here to tell people how to live their lives. We're here to help them escape the reality of their lives for 15, 20, half an hour, an hour and a half, you know, whatever the project they're in is, however long it is. That's what they're there for. They're to take our mind off of our everyday problems. That's what we pay to go see. We don't pay to listen to them bitch and gripe and complain about how bad they hate the president. And another thing, when did it become status quo to be okay with threatening the president? Like Madonna saying that she wanted to blow up the White House. Holy shit, could you imagine if somebody said that when Obama was in office? If some entertainer said, oh, I'm going to go blow up the White House because I hate Obama. My God, they would have had his balls or her boobs or whatever strung up on a pole and stoned to death. Why is it that this retarded fucking one side of our nation is just so out there now? Is it the chemicals in the food from 30 years of ingesting them? They're finally catching up to us. It's rotting our brains out. Do we give our children such a bloated image of themselves that they think no matter what they see here? You know, here's another thing. I have a friend of mine. When I left my job in Illinois, I set his son up to get my old job, and he got it. The little fucker never called me to thank me. He never openly said anything, and I was friends with him on Facebook for months after this. The little fucker never even bothered to say thank you to me. Not once. Not even an attempt. Didn't even tell me he got the job. I found out from his mother. Okay? Now, back in my day, granted, he's in his 30s, still lives at home, piece of shit. But that's the status quo for kids nowadays, is to stay at home forever and ever and ever and live off your fucking parents. But even when I was in my 30s, if a friend of my father had got me a job and my dad said, did you thank him? And I went, no, I would have got my fucking teeth racked out of my head. And then I would have been forced to call. Even in my 40s. That's just common sense and common courtesy. But in today's world, that doesn't exist. That is no more. These little fucking pieces of shit running around this country think that they can go around screaming things like "not my president" or these pussies, the Antifa or Antifa or the anti-fascist group, the ones that are so anti-fascist, they're going to go out there and stop the world from being bad people by being worse, by creating traffic jams, by beating people up. And the funny thing is, if you ever want to get a good laugh, go on YouTube here and just look up some of their encounters with some groups. The best one I ever saw was this little Antifa, or I don't even know how they say their name, Antiva? I don't know. If you know what it is, put it in the comments, let me know. That's how much they mean to me. I mean, a bunch of little pussies. A bunch of little fucking pussies who couldn't get into college. And, but the one kid is, you know, he's got his sign and he's got his mask on, you know, because he's going to stop the anti-fascism, yeah. You know, covering his face, you know, they're doing this shit. And this is in Seattle, and some guy just frickin' clocks him, man. Knocks him out cold. And of course, all the other anti-fee guys come running, oh, that's assault, that's assault. But yet, 10 seconds prior to that, they were doing the same damn thing. How is that different for you as a group? How in the fuck is that different? I just don't understand this fucking country we live in now. big truck going in front of the house. It just, we unfortunately, excuse me, we unfortunately are living in a world presently that wants to take the masculinity factor away from men. They want men coming up in this country now. They want them to be little pussies who sit at home and you know, operate a vacuum cleaner and do all the housework while their hardcore mommy goes out and works because she's a woman. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, that's not the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, I'm old. I grew up in a different type of society where women could have jobs, but it was just a supplemental income source of work. I'm part of the tail end of the last great generation where you could not have a college degree and you could get a good job and you could feed a family of 4 and have a nice house and 2 new cars in the driveway and not have to worry about how I'm going to make it from week to week. You had money in the bank. You know, I grew up, I was kind of lucky. My father always had good jobs. So we never really felt the crunch of, you know, not having food. Maybe when I was a kid, you know, little kid, but I don't remember it. But you know, we're living in a pussified nation. And I truly believe that this is all due to the Democrat Party. The Democrats really just don't want anybody to succeed. They want everybody to depend upon them. And you know, and in the past, over the past 6 months or whatever, it's amazing how fast we're seeing that the Democratic Party is imploding on itself. And they're pushing their agenda through the media, and you've got these 30-somethings out here going, yeah, that's right. And they don't even, half of them don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. That's the funny part about it. They don't even know. They just are fucking lemmings heading toward the edge of the cliff because they're following the one in front of them. And they don't care where they're going. We're just going. Yay! We're gonna change the world. How can you change the world if you are uninformed about the world? Okay, I'm not claiming that I know everything, but I've been around this world for 56 years. I've seen it change dramatically. I've seen it go from extremely good times to extremely bad times. And right now, we're living in extremely bad times because of the fact that you have so many things wrong with this country. You have bad parenting. You have parents out there, and I saw a really good example of this last Thursday when I was at the University of Tampa dropping our daughter off. I saw people there, grown fucking adults with college-age kids, arguing with people at the college. Here's an example. First off, before you come to college out there, they give you a little sheet that tells you what you can and what you cannot bring. Keep it within this size limit, whatever. So there's this father, and they were from, I believe, New York or New Jersey. They had a 6x12 trailer for one kid. A 6x12 trailer to move one kid into a college dormitory. And they were... I got a mosquito buzzing the shit out of me. He must be a Democrat. Get away from me, Buzzy. He won't stop. Oh, man. Oh, he must be a Democratic mosquito. But this father is out there yelling and arguing and screaming with a security guard or a security personnel. Why? Okay, 2 things. Why can't I bring my son his 65-inch flat screen TV? Okay, into a dorm room. There's 3 to 4 kids in a dorm room. Granted, he'd be a popular kid if he had a 65-inch screen in the room. Okay. Okay. The second argument was when you pulled in there's this long line, and then you got to pull in front of the hall, dump your child's belongings off, and then you have to go park your vehicle about half a block down the road. Yeah, it was frustrating. It was a little bit of a pain in the ass, but I did it. Everybody else there did it. No, not Mr. New York. He wants to know why he can't leave his Cadillac Escalade and the 6x12 trailer right in the middle of the unloading zone. Well, I'm only going to be up there for a couple hours. Guy says, sir, we have other people. Wait, well, so what? So what? That was his... So what? Do you think that you are so fucking privileged that you can just block the entire fucking system up because your child has got to get his stuff upstairs? Now, bear in mind, the entire unloading zone was just a complete mess of refrigerators, suitcases, knickknacks, little shelving units. I mean, everywhere. You had to walk around this stuff to get here, to get there. And we were in the middle of it, and we did exactly what they said. We unloaded. I went and parked the car. Mama took the child in there, and I came back later when I got a parking spot. Of course, it took me forever to find a parking spot, but I found one finally. And this is when I encountered Mr. New York and his family. Him and his wife arguing. I mean, arguing. Not just saying, well, can you give me a reason? No, arguing, demanding, insisting that because they were who they were, that somehow they ranked higher above everybody else. You know what? If your kid was so fucking smart and so fucking important like you want to believe he was, why wasn't he in a fraternity already? You know, usually parents like that usually buy their kids into a fraternity or a sorority ahead of time. And don't fucking tell me in the comments, no, you can't do it, you got a restaurant. Bullshit. Fucking parents with money who came out of the college, if there's the same college that mommy or daddy went to, they can get their kids into that fraternity or that sorority before the kid even starts. I am very lucky. Our daughter does not want to get into that bullshit. She knows she's there to learn. She knows that she is there for a purpose, and the purpose is to learn her craft that she's going into. And she didn't want to be part of that stupid bullshit fucking fraternity sorority crap where there's too much pressure, in my opinion, there's too much pressure, especially in sororities, put on these young girls to conform. If you're familiar with the old movie called The Stepford Wives, to me, a fraternity and a sorority is nothing but the Stepford Wives, the college years. I think they're total bullshit. I'm not paying $300-400 a month so my kid can walk around with a bunch of fucking Greek letters on their shirt. I give a fuck about that. They're not there for fucking to learn Greek lifestyle or whatever the fuck that's called. They're there to learn. They're there to get educated. They're not there for a fucking political acceptance or an overall acceptance, or to be able to walk through the halls and say, look at me, I'm better than you because I'm part of, Eat a Bit of Pie or Tap a Keg of Brew or whatever the fuck their stupid ass fucking names are. Okay? It's ridiculous. But that's the type of society we're living in today, and it's disgusting. It is so goddamn disgusting when you have little bitty 30-year-olds, 30 and below in age, who feel somehow that they are entitled, that their life is so fucking important because, well, I'm me and I got a participation trophy all my entire life, and I should have to get whatever I want because my mommy and daddy say that I'm just perfect in every way. Well, again, general stupidity on the part of parents. You coddle your kid, and this is what you're going to get. You're going to get these little assholes who agree with the Joy Behards and the Whoopi Goldbergs of the world and think that because, well, Joy and Whoopi are saying fuck Trump, so you know what? I better do that too because they are repressed. That's the one thing I got a kick out of is Joy Behar. Joy Behar. a Jewish bitch from New York City who used to put down the very people she represents now in her comedy back. Go back in time. Look at her comedy from years and years ago, back in the early 80s. Again, and here, you know, she talked about Trump fondling a woman 10, 15 years before the election, which, who cares? Oh my God. He's a super rich dude. That's what super rich dudes do. They take advantage of people because they can. Okay? It's just up to the person they're taking advantage of how far they're going to let it go. So, but there's a picture of Joy with her hand on Robin Williams' crotch, squeezing it. Why is that okay? But what Trump did, not okay. Well, it wasn't okay for either one, but you get where I'm going with it. You know, these double standards from these people these days is just amazing, and I just can't fucking believe it. I can't even wrap my mind around this thought process where, you know, you have kids coming out of college and they're, you know, they've got these degrees and you know, and they start their job and, you know, okay, we're going to put you at an entry level. And they call mommy and daddy. I don't want to do entry level. I want to be at the top. So then mommy and daddy pull strings, start sending money, calling friends, you know, getting some more strings pulled. You know, I used to work for my dad when I was a kid. And it was a garbage company. My first job was cleaning out the fucking shit around the goddamn compactor at the yard. I would be waist deep in fucking gook. I was 15 years old. I had to work my way up. Okay? Who are these privileged, elitist little snot bags who think that they can just do and get whatever they want because of who they are? Oh, I'm something special because my mommy and daddy told me I was special all my life. Well, you know what? We didn't put our daughter down her entire life, but we didn't go around telling her that she was a young little princess and that she was just perfect in every way, that nobody should. No, I taught my daughter how to be a bitch when she has to be. I taught my daughter how to kick somebody's fucking ass if she has to be. Has to. I taught her to be strong because there's people out there who are going to take fucking advantage of her. That's what I did for my daughter. I taught her the realistic values of life. I taught her, some people would call it from a street level. Okay, maybe it is a street level that I taught her. But guess what? She's going to survive and she's going to figure life out. Because she's going to know when somebody says no to her, she's not going to be, oh, what? You said no to me? Nobody's ever said that to me. And then go cry for half an hour, then call mommy and daddy and go, they said no to me. You know, that's just how silly this world is becoming. It's just a fucking unbelievable thing. I just can't believe it. And you know what? I'm sure back years ago when guys coming up were my age years ago, they saw the world changing and they couldn't believe it either. But I really believe that the world is changing, and it's not changing for the good. It's changing for bad. And with that being said, I'm done with this rant, and I want to thank you for watching. And I want to thank you if you give me a like, and I would also like to thank you if you subscribe, because that would really be nice. That would be the ultimate thing. And I'm going to leave you here with hopefully a shot of a gigantic dragonfly. If he'll stay still, let me see if I can get him up there for you. Hang on. Oh, damn it. He flew off. Oh, there he is. He's coming back. Oh. This thing is huge. It's really, really big. And he's flying around me. And, oh, I think he just landed on me. Oh, well. Well, apparently he doesn't want to be on camera, but he is liking to dive bombing me. You probably didn't see him, but probably this big. They got some big-ass bugs down here in Florida, man. Big, big bugs in Florida. Okay. Again, boy, this has been 35 minutes. This is the longest I've ever done. I'm surprised YouTube is probably going to chastise me for this one. Please, if you can, hit the like button. Most importantly, hit the subscribe button if you can, please. I'm trying to build up my subscriber base. It would really be nice. I'm not going to bullshit you. It's only going to help me. At least I'm honest. Not like some of these people out here. Oh, just hit the subscribe button because I care about you. Right? You know, they don't really care about you. I mean, I'm glad people watch. I would like it if more people watched. I'd like it if more people put comments in. But the bottom of the line is, hitting that subscription button is going to help me out a great deal. And if you have a YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. I will return the favor. We'll help each other out. Okay? Thank you very much, and we will see you again on the next time I decide to come out here in my backyard and give you a talk from Florida. Have a good day, everybody.